Sound Healing Sundays. Welcome, welcome. For today, I wanted to focus on the solar plexus. Your solar plexus is located behind your navel, and the reason I wanted to focus on that today is because, ironically enough, and you may or may not care, a lot of my friends it's Beyonce weekend basically in Chicago land area. It's Beyonce weekend. You might as well call it a holiday. And I was invited to go out, but I almost felt pressure to go out, especially because, if you know, right? And so for me, I had a moment this weekend where I didn't listen to my body, right? And I am paying for it now. And so for that moment, when I was asked kind of last minute today, I was thinking in my head, like, I really want to go, and what was my intentions of going? And it would be more about pressure and about wanting to feel included, wanting to feel seen, wanting to be a part of the crowd more so than my desire and my intent to want to go. And I really just wanted to rest. And it was so ironic because as soon as I sent that text message of not even text message of actually having that conversation of no thank you, I'm going to go ahead and stay home, I took the greatest nap. So I'm up from a nap and I feel great, and I feel excited for everybody that is going to go see Beyonce tonight. I wish them all a great evening. I hope they enjoy themselves, and I will live vicariously through all of the mini videos. With your solar plexus, it's really about confidence, power, control, and having the autonomy over your body, over your decisions, over your confidence over your decisions. And so I wanted to work on that a little bit about having a conversation on your yes meaning your yes, your no's meaning your no's, and paying more attention to your intuition, your body, listening more to your internal voice than external voices, and kind of worried about people pleasing or being validated or being seen or accepted or following the crowd, but really doing what it is that your heart and your mind and your body desires to do. And so for tonight's journal entry, I wanted to journal about, reflect about a time or a moment that your no did not mean your no, and you gave into people pleasing, and reflect on the consequences of that incident, and what valuable learning lesson did you get from it? Because I think even in circumstances that are seemingly negative, there are learning lessons in those moments. And so I want you to reflect on a moment where you didn't really listen to your intuition, you didn't really have confidence in your decision making, you didn't really trust yourself, and you gave your power away. And I want you to think about how can you reflect on that moment, what could you have done differently to gain your power back? How would you do things differently in order to, maintain your autonomy and your independence and your confidence in your decision, and not give those away just to be seen and validated and accepted? And so that is the journal entry that I want you guys to reflect on. I will give you about 5 minutes to go ahead and write that, and then we'll go ahead and get back together. And yes, I skipped out on Beyonce. I know I'm going to hear about it later. I know I am. And so I always share mine, and just to briefly go over what I wrote is basically, and this is no real particular situation. I actually thought of a couple on I didn't walk away sooner. And what I mean by that is that I attached myself to situations out of like codependency and reliancy after my divorce, just out of fear of being alone, of not really facing, my support system and what that looked like, because I had relied heavily on that relationship. And so it was just a lot of wanting to feel accepted, seen. My support system was very fragile, and I didn't want to really take a look at that. And so there was a lot of people pleasing, just a lot of just going with the flow, even though that flow didn't feel authentic or genuine with me. And so it was a lot of me giving my power away to situations that I didn't really want to necessarily be in or just want to do. And so just even thinking today, like probably back then, a year or two ago, I probably would have got up and got dressed and figured out an outfit and like been exhausted the next day, tired, and just like, oh, but I went to go see Beyonce and posted all the pictures, even though nobody would see the lack of sleep, the exhaustion, the drive, and all of those things that I would have to do in order to make it there. And so, tonight was just a night of me having reclaiming my power and just being like, nope, I'm gonna take that nap. That nap is really actually more valuable to me right now. And so, it was a fear of what I was capable of doing by myself, what I've been capable of doing on my own 2 feet, my own independence. And so getting my power back and like I can accomplish and do so much, and I don't have to be in the in crowd in order to feel included or valuable or accepted, and still feel loved and worthwhile and valuable, because I like realistically know that I have that support. And so I don't have to overthink it and like perform in order to keep or maintain those relationships anymore. And so again, reclaiming our power, going to do some solar plexus meditation. And so if you want to get comfortable, get your mat, take a drink of water, get yourself settled, and then we will start our sound bath meditation. Okay. can go ahead and take your time getting up, but go ahead and make sure you stay hydrated, get a drink of water. I appreciate you being here with me this evening. Again, I hope you were able to reflect on the prompt and release some energy and relax before we start this week. So I hope you have a great Sunday and the rest of your week. The light that is within me sees the light that is within you. Again, I appreciate you being here. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next Sunday. Namaste. Thank you.